Humans run through the universe. ETs open doors and step through. The question that has imprisoned humanity. There is a question that humanity has been asking for hundreds of years, and that very question may have trapped us inside this universe. That question is, how do we travel far into space? It sounds intelligent, it sounds scientific, it sounds correct. But there is a disturbing possibility. We may have asked the wrong question from the very beginning. Because the universe was not designed to be traveled through. It is not vast in the sense of a few thousand kilometers. It is vast in the sense of light years. And when you try to solve a problem written in cosmic time using the concept of speed, you have already lost before you begin. The real problem, not the path, but the way we think. Put simply, the problem is not that we lack routes or trajectories. The problem is this. Distances in the universe are so immense that speed becomes a cruel joke. You move twice as fast. The universe does not care. 10 times faster. The universe remains silent. Because when distances are measured in millions of light years, faster is nothing more than self-comfort. And this is where a dangerous question arises. If speed no longer has meaning, then what exactly are we trying to do? We must face reality before talking about ETs. And so, before we talk about ETs, before we talk about portals, we must first face a simple truth: how humanity currently moves through space. Part 1. Humanity is running through the universe. The way humans move through space is actually very simple. We eject mass backward to generate forward thrust. This is the fundamental principle of rocketry. Chemical rockets are like gasoline engines, extremely powerful at launch, explosive during liftoff from Earth. But the farther they go, the more their weakness is exposed. Because to generate thrust, you must carry your own fuel. To go farther, you must carry more fuel. The more fuel you carry, the heavier you become. The heavier you become, the more limited you are. This is a physical feedback loop that is extremely difficult to escape. To push beyond this limit, humanity began exploring smarter solutions. Ion engines are one example. They do not push hard, but they push continuously. The thrust is extremely small, but over months or years, velocity steadily increases. It is like cycling without sudden acceleration, just pedaling steadily over a very long distance. Then comes nuclear energy. Nuclear power is far more energy-dense than chemical propulsion. In deep space, as sunlight weakens, many probes rely on RTGs, not to generate thrust, but to provide stable electrical power for systems and engines. Then there is an even more elegant idea: solar sails. Instead of carrying large amounts of fuel, you use light, or external lasers, to generate momentum. No mass is expelled backward. The craft glides on photon pressure. It is a beautiful idea. But to generate meaningful thrust, you need energy infrastructure on a civilizational scale. And regardless of which method you choose, chemical rockets, ion propulsion, nuclear power, or solar sails, you still face three major walls of the universe. Energy. The closer you approach higher speeds, the cost becomes astronomical. Radiation. Deep space is hostile to biological life. Micrometeoroids. Tiny particles become lethal projectiles at high velocity. So the problem humanity faces is not a lack of engines. It is this: we are trying to solve a cosmic problem by running through space. Part 2. The speed of light is not the real obstacle. Many people believe traveling too fast would crush the human body. In reality, speed itself does not crush you if motion is constant. What crushes you is extreme acceleration and sudden impact. High G-forces force blood downward, starve the brain, overload the heart and lungs. Human biology cannot withstand that for long. Then there is cosmic dust. A particle smaller than a grain of sand at relativistic speed is no longer dust. It becomes a kinetic weapon. And then there is cosmic radiation. On Earth, the atmosphere and magnetic field protect us. In deep space, you stand exposed in invisible gunfire. And finally, the greatest cost of all, energy. As you approach the speed of light, the energy required rises exponentially, not as a joke, not as punishment, but as a clear statement. This is not a problem that speed can solve. Part 3. Don't win with speed, win with the path. At this point of stagnation, human thinking began to shift. If we cannot win by moving faster, then perhaps we are playing the wrong game. The question is no longer, how do we go faster? But instead, can the path itself become shorter? Star Trek was born from this shift. It does not say, we exceed the speed of light. It says, we bend space. Space is treated like fabric. You are at point A. Your destination is point B. Too far to reach directly. Warp compresses the fabric, bringing A and B closer together. And then you simply step across. Not faster than light, but the distance itself is no longer what it once was. Star Wars uses a different metaphor. It does not fold the fabric. It leaves the familiar road, like driving through a city and entering a highway. You are not accelerating infinitely. You are entering a different lane of reality. And because it is a highway, navigation matters. A wrong route means destruction. At this moment, something crucial becomes clear. Whether warp in Star Trek or hyperspace in Star Wars, both are pointing to the same truth. The problem is not speed. The problem is the structure of space itself. And from this, a deeper question emerges. Why travel at all when you can connect? Part 4. ETs, 5D, and portals. ETs do not move like humans, because movement is a concept of 3D reality. Civilizations operating at 5D and beyond do not travel by distance. They travel by frequency, by phase-shifting consciousness, by interdimensional alignment. A portal is not a metallic doorway. A portal is a state of space created when two regions are brought into resonant phase alignment. Put simply, you do not cross millions of light years. You step through a shortcut that connects A and B. Imagine two musical instruments. Out of tune, one vibrates, while the other remains silent. But when tuned to the same frequency, strike one, the other resonates. That is resonance. A portal is resonance at the scale of space itself. The 3 steps of opening a portal. If we describe portals as a technical process, they are not magic. They consist of 3 clear steps. Step 1, locking the destination, not GPS coordinates, but the field signature of the location, like dialing the correct number. Step 2, phase synchronization, bringing 2 regions of space into the same vibrational state. The boundary begins to dissolve. Space becomes soft. Connection emerges. Step 3, stabilizing the gate, maintaining the portal long enough to pass through safely. Without stability, the gate collapses. Thus, a portal is not mechanical. It is energetic manipulation of the state of space itself. And at that point, you are not faster than light. Light still travels its normal path and takes time. You simply take a different path. Part 5, 5D, spacecraft and readiness. When humanity ascends to 5D, portals are no longer science fiction. Advanced civilizations within the galaxy will assist us in building spacecraft. But not for conventional travel. These craft serve as interfaces, as portal stabilizers, as protective structures for consciousness during dimensional transition. Craft do not open portals. We open portals, closing the loop. Perhaps the real question was never, how do we travel faster through space? But rather, why do we still believe we must travel at all? Humanity is trying to defeat distance with fuel, with engines, with speed. But the universe was never designed to be conquered that way. Advanced civilizations do not race. They erase distance, not with machines, but by realizing that space is a state, not terrain. Portals are not out there. They are not waiting to be invented. They are waiting for us to become ready to recognize them, ready to release fear, ready to release control, ready to stop seeing the universe as an enemy, and ready to accept a truth that unsettles the ego. We do not need to be saved. We need to be activated. ETS are not coming to take us away. They are only asking one question. Are you ready? Ready to stop living in distance? Ready to stop measuring the universe by speed? Ready to remember that portals do not open through technology. They open through states of consciousness. And when that happens, we do not leave Earth. We open Earth.